Hello everyone. If you want to buy gaming speaker from Edifier, they have their sub-brand that is called Hecate that have some models. And from all these models of speakers that are from Hecate, I prefer these two. So this is the G5000 and this is the G2000. And this is why I'm comparing these two in my video. So for you to see what speaker fits your needs and also what speaker, most importantly, fits your budget, because there's a big price difference between these two speakers. So let's start by showing you the speakers up close. I'm going to show you the build quality, and also I'm going to talk about the specifications very quickly. And most importantly, I'm going to be performing a gaming sound test and a music sound test on both speakers. These are the speakers up close. I put here the active speakers because all the controls are on the active speakers. And I'm going to show you the build quality of these two speakers. So the Edifier G5000, the enclosure of it is made of wood, and the panels here, the side panels, are made of this gunmetal aluminum, which is really very nice. And the G2000 is made of fortified plastic, and the assembly on both speakers is flawless. So there is no problems anywhere on any of the speakers, and everything is well put together. But the G5000, like construction and the quality and material that they use to build this speaker, really are exceptional, whereas the G2000 is more mainstream. Let me cover the specifications very quickly. The G5000 is a two-way speaker, so it has a 3/4 inch titanium tweeter, and it also has a 4-inch mid-woofer, whereas the G2000 has one driver that is 2.75 inches. For the power output, the G5000 has a 44 watts times 2 power output, whereas the G2000 has an 8 watt times 2 power output. The frequency response range of the G5000 is 55 Hz to 40 kHz, and it is considered as a high-res speaker, whereas the frequency response range on the G2000 is from 98 Hz to 20 kHz. Let me show you now the back of the speakers to show you the connections on each speaker. So this is the G5000. It is really very heavy, and this is the G2000. Before talking about the inputs, notice on the back of the speakers that they are both back-ported. Now, to talk about the inputs, they have in common Bluetooth input, 3.5mm aux input, and USB input. The USB on the G5000 is USB-B, whereas the USB on the G2000 is USB-A. Now, the G5000 has on top of the G2000 two additional digital inputs. The first one is a fiber optics input, and the second one is coaxial input. Now, for the outputs, the G2000 has a subwoofer output, whereas the G5000 doesn't have a subwoofer output. And frankly, it doesn't need the subwoofer output because the bass in the G5000 is phenomenal. So now I'm going to show you the controls on both speakers. Before turning the speakers to their face, I'm going to show you the controls on the back of the G5000. So it has a master on-off button here, whereas all the controls on the G2000 are on the side of the speaker. Now, for the controls of the G5000, they are on the top of the speaker here. Now, both speakers are connected to the power. I'm going to start by turning on the G2000 speaker. And to turn it on, you need to press and hold this button for 2 seconds. And to turn on the G5000, of course, you have to put the master on-off button to on the back. And then with this button here, simply short press it and it will turn on. So let me start by showing you the controls on the G2000. So this button, on top of it being the button for on-off, also you can change the input on the speaker. So if you shortly press it,
aux input,
and you have this button here that changes the music mode on the G2000, and it also changes the lighting on the G2000. So it has LED lights on the back, and it has LED lights on the side here, on both sides, of course, on both speakers. So this is the second speaker, if you want to see it. So let me show you this button, how it works. Let me change the light. To change the light, you need to press and hold the button to change the lighting. So it has many lights. And if you short press this button, you change the music mode. And it has 3 music modes: music, game, and movie mode.
game mode.
And this rocker switch is the volume control. So these are both the G5000 speakers. And the LED lights on these speakers is really very nice. So it is really very elegant. You have on the side here this gaming inscription, and you have this LED light. So let me show you the controls on the top of the G5000. This is a power switch, as I said, and at the same time, this is the input selector. So if you press it shortly, it will toggle the inputs.
Bluetooth input.
And you have this button here. It changes the sound mode and it changes the lighting. So it also has 3 sound modes at the G2000. So music sound mode, game mode, and movie mode. So this is how you change them by short pressing this button.
Game mode.
And if you want to change the lighting, this is how you do it. You need to double tap on this button and it will change the lighting. And what is good in these speakers is that on both speakers, you can turn off the lights. So on the G5000, press and hold this button and the lights will be turned off. And on the G2000, you need to toggle until you reach the off light. So this is the off light on the G2000. So now let's go and perform the sound test. For the sound test, you need to take into consideration that it is traveling through the internet compression and it's traveling through my microphone and then through your speakers. So it is for indicative reasons and it cannot be accurate 100%. Now that being said, let's start with the gaming sound test.
Got me shook from the way your body looks. Got me riding hooks, got me feeling like a rook. I don't do it by the book, but for you I'll take a look. Don't know what your mama took, sweet and spicy like a cook, yeah. I'll keep it real, let's make a deal. Buy you a meal if you just let me feel. Get out your heels, grab on the wheel. Back to my place at the top of the hill. Don't have regrets, I know it's... You got me feeling good, yeah, you got me feeling numb. Girl, you got me shook from the way your body looks. Got me riding hooks, got me feeling like a rook. I don't do it by the book, but for you I'll take a look. Don't know what your mama took, sweet and spicy like a cook, yeah. I'll keep it real, let's make a deal. Buy you a meal if you just let me feel. Get out your heels, grab on the wheel. Back to my place at the top of the hill. Don't have regrets.
By the way, if you want to check out any of these speakers, I'm going to leave an affiliate link in the description below. If you make a purchase using my link, I will gain a small percentage at no cost to you, and this will help my channel greatly. So now, after you know the specifications and you heard the sound quality of these speakers, you have your own opinion what speaker is more suitable for you. But let me tell you, for me, what I think of each speaker. Now, the G2000 has only one advantage on the G5000, and that it is more affordable than the G5000. And apart from that, the G5000 wins hand-on all the tests. So first, the LED lightings. It is really much more elegant than the G2000. And then the build quality, it is exceptional. So the aluminum panels here make all the difference. And then you feel that the speaker is really very well built. This is not to say that the G2000 is not well built, but there's a big difference. And this also justifies the price difference between these two speakers. Also, sound quality, the G5000 sound quality is exceptional in my opinion. Whereas the G2000, the sound quality is okay. And for the size of the speaker, it is really very good. One other advantage for the G2000 is that it has a subwoofer output, whereas the G5000 doesn't have a subwoofer output. And as I mentioned before, it really doesn't need a subwoofer output because the bass in these speakers is really very good. Now, for both speakers, what I don't like, and this is maybe nitpicking for me, is the sound they make when you turn them on and then you turn them off. It is really annoying and it is childish. And I wish that Edifier in future firmware update or in future versions of these speakers will give us the option at least to turn the sound effect off. I hope that my video will help you in your choice of purchasing a gaming speaker from Edifier. Whether it is the G5000 or the G2000, you cannot go wrong with any of these speakers. And it also, of course, comes down to the budget that you want to spend on purchasing speakers. If you like my video, please share it, subscribe to my channel, and give this video a thumbs up. I want to thank you all for watching. I'm Elon from Knowledge Sharing Tech. See you in the next video.